Namaste, welcome everybody to Unified English 2025 in week 3. So we have completed our 2 weeks of practice and we have got our higher self name. But by any chance, if you do not have your higher self name, just use the word my dear higher self or my beautiful higher self to continue your practice, to ask for the name and get it. And on top of that, we will continue or we will learn the new chapter and start practicing that. So today's agenda is to read the chapter, understand it, and then go into the practice. So let us all be quiet for 2 minutes to settle down and connect with Babaji to understand the chapter, what he's trying to say. So let us just close our eyes. Take a slow, long, deep breath in. And then start opening up as we go within. It is important to let go of any information that we are carrying, any expectations we have, any doubts we have. Exhale. When we are listening, we are open without any judgment, just to understand. Breathe in, to receive. Breathe out, to let go. We have started the day with beautiful chapter. We just heard it. We will understand it. Just become aware of your breath and body. Open up to receive. Let us connect with Babaji. Heart to heart. With lots of love and thanks for this powerful chapter. It's going to help us on our spiritual journey so very much. All right. With this, just take a slow, long, deep breath in and out. And gently open your eyes. So I will invite Master Shailishi to help us understand the chapter. We'll go through the reading. Anybody, if you want to volunteer, you can raise your hand to read the chapter. Welcome, Shaileshi.
Thank you. And welcome all the participants in today's session. We are starting the week 3, learning one more step of our progress. So, we don't have a volunteer right now. So, you sharing the screen, Preeti ji? Maybe I can do that. Wait. Yes.
I have shared it and we have Geetaji volunteering for reading.
Just make the view to be 100. View to fit. Just click escape there. Just click escape. Yes. Now go to the yes. Fit. Yes. Okay. All right. So we are in the third week, communicating with safeguards. Let's go further. Now you have experienced your higher
We have
self.
Geeta ji. We have Geeta ji raised the hand.
Oh, I didn't see. Uh, yes. Geeta ji, you can unmute.
Ji, I
Yeah.
am not. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you read the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Okay. I will start then.
Yes.
Now you have experienced your higher self on an intimate level. You have communicated consciously. For years, we can be unaware of a clock ticking in a room. Then suddenly we hear it. It is so loud, we can't imagine we never heard it. That is now your experience with your higher self. It has been a part of you, helping, directing, guiding, nudging, and prodding, yet you did not hear it. Now you do. You know that voice is there. All you need to do now is to focus attention. Soon you will start focusing your attention on its messages. But first, you must develop some safeguards. The first safeguard deals with uninvited influences.
Just wait here. I think we need to. Yeah. Just Didi, can you? Yeah. Separate the paragraph. Okay. So so far, what is explained here is that in our first 2 weeks practices, we have learned to communicate consciously with our higher self. We first of all learned to feel the heart space, and then we learned to talk to the higher self, asking for the name of the higher self, right? So now we know where our higher self is and how to connect with the higher self. So that part having done, now with that awareness, we begin to understand some aspects of things that higher self was always there, encouraging us, inspiring us, helping us, doing all kinds of things together with us to help us grow. But we never heard that voice so far, just like a clock on the wall. So, supposing you are sitting quiet one day and all of a sudden you hear the ticking of the clock, then you suddenly realize this clock was always there on the wall. I never heard that sound at all. But now you are able to hear, and now that you consciously understand that sound, where it is coming from, you can focus on that sound and connect with it. Same thing we have been doing with our higher self. That higher self has been constantly trying to communicate with us, help us, tell us things, but we have been ignoring it, or we have almost like forgotten that the higher self is there. So not acknowledging the presence of higher self is what we had been doing so far. So now that we know where the higher self is and how to connect, we can use that knowledge. But before we can start doing that, what he's saying is first we must develop some safeguards. So there is some safeguard that we need to develop before we start doing this communication with the higher self. And as he explains the safeguards, we will know why. Why do we need that? Okay. Yes, Geeta ji, read please.
The first safeguard deals with uninvited influences. Since we are all connected, it is possible for other people to influence your thoughts. These people may not be living in the physical world we know. They may be part of the vast spiritual world around us we don't yet perceive. Nevertheless, they are there, and some of them invade our aura, our field of energy, and influence our thoughts. The thoughts these uninvited influences feed us can be helpful or harmful, right or wrong, negative or positive. fearful or cheerful, and even ingenious. You can never be sure if they are appropriate. Only the thoughts that come from your higher self are reliable.
Correct. So now what once again we are using what we learned in the first 2 weeks, that we are all connected, and that connecting element, our most fundamental element, is love. So through that one connecting element, everything in the universe, all that is all connected. Now, because of that connection, our thoughts are always exchanged. We exchange thoughts unknowingly. The flow of thoughts that each one of us has contains thoughts from our immediate neighborhood, our vicinity, and also thoughts from people with whom we are intentionally connecting through our thoughts. So we receive and send thoughts constantly. That's a natural process. So now what he's saying is that we sometimes get influenced by the thoughts of people around us, and some of these people may or may not be in the body. These could be people who lived at some point in time, but they are still existing around us, and they invade our aura. So they are present in our aura, and because of their presence, they are influencing our thought processes also. And because of their thoughts, those thoughts can be of any kind. They could be good or bad, right or wrong. They could be any type of thoughts. But what he's saying is these thoughts that we receive from uninvited influences, these thoughts are not reliable. We cannot trust them. The only source of our thoughts that can be relied upon is from our higher self. That is the only source of thoughts that we can trust. So that's a very important thing to understand, that we receive thoughts from uninvited influences. They influence us. And many a times our actions are a result of those thoughts. Our higher self has been constantly prodding us, well, maybe you don't want to do that, you don't want to do that, but we are doing it still under the influence. So that is one important thing we have to understand, that not all the thoughts that I have are mine, and not all the thoughts that I have are reliable. They may not be coming from a reliable source, right? So he's making us aware of that, that we should be alert about it. Okay, please read.
Unfortunately, most of us can't tell the difference yet between the thoughts of the uninvited influences and our higher self.
Yes, so far we haven't learned to distinguish between those thoughts. Our thoughts, the ones coming from higher self or coming from elsewhere. That's that's what has been the problem so far. Yeah.
Since we are masters of our own selves, the remedy is quite easy. You simply close your aura to all except your higher self. This is the first important lesson this week. Whenever you go into crowds of people, say, I close my aura to all except my higher self. Say it also whenever you feel you are in a negative atmosphere, such as around sickness, an accident, or a troubled person. This week you can't say the words to close your aura too often. After this week's practice, the times when you need to close your aura will be clear. It will be almost second nature.
Yes. So now he is giving us our first tool now. This is our first. So we are going to get some tools today to manage our communication with our higher self. That communication, right? Now, the first tool we are getting here is to close our aura from influences of others. unexpected, unwanted influences. So, and the process is very simple. Why? Because we are the owners of ourselves. We are masters of our own self. So we can command things to happen to us. So what he's saying is, by saying one sentence, I close my aura to all except my higher self. Just this one sentence will actually close our energy field. It will protect it from any kind of invasion till we open it again. So it will remain closed and our aura is protected. We have to just make that statement and don't let your mind create a doubt. Well, how can this happen? Will it happen? The mind is going to say all those kind of things. You simply have to trust that when you say, universe executes it. That's how powerful our words are. So in during this week, keep doing this as many times as you can. It can never be too much. You can keep doing. This is practice week. You have to make this process just like a second nature. It should become your second nature. Anytime you just remember, just close your aura. Anytime you remember, just close your aura. Remember that even at home, in your familiar environment, also, you need to keep your aura closed. Why? Usually, at home, when we are at home, when we are in our familiar space, we tend to let our guards down. We allow our protection to be removed. It is our nature, we just relax. We think that we are at home, we are safe and secure mentally, right? But at home, you are secure from all that you can see, you know the people. But you are not secure from those whom you can't see. There are those influences that exist around us whom we can't even see. So we have to keep our aura closed at all times. Whenever we remember, we close it. Why we do it? Because we may have unconsciously opened our aura. One example of how we inadvertently, how we open our aura, one example is, say for example, you are still at home, your child comes back from school and the child is feeling sick. You all of a sudden feel empathy for your child, and in the process, you just open your aura. You borrow the suffering of your child into your aura. Unconsciously, you do it. You are doing it out of affection, but your aura becomes open at that time, and you impact your own energy field from that. So this is one example. Same thing, you are seeing something bad happening and you are feeling pity for somebody. All of a sudden, you have opened your aura. These are examples of how we let our guards down. And this is why the need for repetitive closing of the aura, that process is important. So practice as many times as you can. Whenever you remember, just close the aura. You don't have to think why. You don't really have to think why I should be doing it. Just do it, right? If in the scenario when your aura has not opened, still closing it doesn't harm, right? So keep your aura closed for all except your higher self. Higher self should now become your pipeline to everything external to your energy field. So you will communicate through your higher self with anything around you, energy field wise, energetically, right? This is the first tool we are learning here. Yes, please go ahead.
In spite of all your precautions, some uninvited influences can get into your aura and feel quite at home. These are usually people who have died and who are confused, troubled, and hurting. Their awareness of their true nature is so distorted, they have refused the help gladly waiting at their side. When you have such an uninvited influence in your aura, you can feel moody, irritable, exhausted, pained, angry, or any other emotion and feeling that is inappropriate.
Yes. So now he is basically explaining the same thing in detail as to how we get influenced by uninvited influences that are present, not visible to us, right? These are those people who died, and they, because of their attachments to this world, to the earth plane, they did not want to go away from earth. And because of that, they are now stuck. They have no body, but they are stuck with the earth plane because they don't want to leave it. They have so much attachment with the earth. So such of these, he is still calling them people. So such of these people, they, over time, they become completely distorted, right? They forget who they are, they forget their true nature, they are so confused, they don't know really what to do because they just want one thing for which they are stuck here, right? It could be a property that they are attached to, it could be money they are attached to, it could be people they are attached to, something like that. Variety of things are there because of which a person can remain stuck in that mode. So even though the universe provides for help for such people, they don't want to listen to that help, they don't accept that help. And they, remember, all of us are, we have free will which can never be overtaken, right? So they are free. Because of their free will, they cannot be forced. So what we are doing is that when the process of removing them from our aura, which we will learn later on, in our next paragraph, we will learn, that's the second tool. These influences that impact us, we can actually clear our aura of these people, such of these who, and what do they cause us? This is what he's saying, is that it's very easy to know that they are there. You will feel irritable, you will feel um, uh, moody, you will feel exhausted unnecessarily, and just for no reason you will feel pained, you will feel angry without any valid reason, just moody, right? We call it moody. And anything which is not appropriate for that situation where you are, that can happen to you. And it has been happening always, we never realized why. So he is telling us, why does all that happen? Many a times you would have noticed that you have suddenly become angry and you shouted at somebody, and later on you repent, why did I do that? And then at that time you have no clear explanation, but now you can understand some influence caused you to do that kind of uncontrolled behavior, which was totally not in your control. So those influences have been making us do things which we did not intend to do. Now we are aware. Now we are becoming aware that they are present. They do these kind of things to us. And we have now learned to close the aura first. The next thing we will learn now is how to deal with these influences. Okay, please read.
These influences have come and gone most of your life. They have influenced your thinking and your actions for ages. Well, those influences are now going to stop. You must stop if you are to experience your higher self clearly. They must stop if your new life of happiness and abundance is to flow easily and effortlessly.
Right. So why is it necessary is what he is explaining. Why now that we want to listen to our higher self clearly, we will need to remove these noises. These are more like noises in our energy field. And because of these noises, we can't communicate clearly with our own higher self. So that is the necessity for us, right? They must stop. All these influences have to stop. Then only we can clearly communicate with our higher self, right? And clearly communicating with our higher self is needed for us to have a life of happiness and abundance. That's why we are going to communicate with our higher self for our own abundant life, our own happiness filled life. Right. Okay.
To clear your aura of any uninvited influences, you begin each of the daily quiet periods from now on with a few simple words. These words are to be memorized. At first, you can read the words, but be able to say their substance from memory by the end of the week.
Okay. So to clear the aura of any uninvited influences, there is a set of words which we will now learn. We have to just say those words, and when we say those words, to begin with, we will practice this during our quiet periods. During the quiet period, we will be practicing these words, and in the process, our aura will get clean. And when we go through these words, you will also notice that we are not just um, clearing the aura of these influences, but also we are helping these uninvited influences to reach their destination where they are supposed to go, which they are just lost right now, and we are helping them go to their destination. So you are not only removing them, but also making sure that they are going to their right spot. All right. So what are
The,
these words?
the words are: to all uninvited influences in my aura, I send love and light. You are each whole and healed. You are each created as love and light, and you are still love and light. You each feel no pain now, and you are not afraid. You each have a perfect place to go, and I ask my higher self, name, to take you there now. Each of you go in peace.
Right. So we are addressing the uninvited influences, telling them that we first send love to them. It's more like greeting them, addressing them. We send love and light to them. And then we are telling them that you are still whole and healed. You are not injured anymore. And you don't feel pain. You don't feel afraid. You are created in love and light. And you are still in love and light. Right? They are confused. They don't know what they are. Now we are telling them, confirming to them that you are still love and light. And for each of you, there is a place to go. We are telling them there is a place for you to go. And I ask my higher self, and here, all those who have got the name of your higher self, you can use the name of your higher self. Those who haven't got the name of higher self in the last week, just say higher self, right? And I ask my higher self to take you there, to take you to your ideal place. And then each of you go in peace. So this last sentence is important. We are giving them instruction to go peacefully. These 6 sentences you will have to, this week, whenever you sit in your quiet period, you may want to read it from here. We have created some kind of little graphic cards and all that, which we share in the group. You can read from there also, or if you have the book, you can read from there. Initially, for this week, probably you will need to read. By the end of this week, if you have been practicing properly, then you will have the essence of all these 6 sentences. You can say that in your words if you want to, but if you use the same wording as given here, I find this wording to be very well written. So if you use this wording, you will memorize it easily. You can use that because this is a very important part. So when you have first you have learned to close the aura. After closing the aura, now you have to clean it. You have to purge it from anything that is in there, so that then you have a clean aura for you to be able to communicate and listen to your higher self, right? So that's the importance of this. And these influences, remember, anytime your aura gets opened unconsciously, these influences can invade again. So every time you close the aura, you will have to clean it also, right? When you close the aura, just clean it also. This, once you have memorized it, it doesn't take even 1 minute. It takes less than a minute for you to process it yourself. I do it even since I have learned this, I do it several times during the day. Anytime, for example, I'm feeling irritated, I just do it. If I feel upset about something, frustrated about something, I just immediately, my mind tells me, clean your aura. And I just do that. I close the aura, clean my aura. So that practice, once you do it, it's very easy. You can do it anywhere you are, in the office, in the kitchen, in the bus, in the train, wherever you are, you can do it. All right.
There is another safeguard to learn this week. That safeguard will be given to you by your higher self in the form of some signal you can recognize. This signal must be with you during your quiet periods. The signal is your safeguard that you are indeed communicating with your higher self.
Correct. So this is the third important safeguard. This is more like a key, code. It is like a password you have, right? This will be your secret code between you and your higher self. So when you have closed your aura, cleared your aura, now you sit with your higher self and you will be asking the higher self for this code now. He is going to tell us the procedure later on, but we have to now receive a code from the higher self, so that that code is secret between our higher self and us, and nobody else knows it. So to make sure, like it is something like somebody knocks at your door. When you answer the door, you ask, who is it? Right? And once you make sure that the person whose voice you are hearing is the person you know already, then only you open the door, right? That is the kind of safeguard this one is. This will be code that your higher self will tell, yes, I am talking to you. Then you are sure that all that communication now that is going to happen is reliable, trustworthy. If you don't get the signal of your higher self, it could be any other influence present in your aura that could be talking to you and influencing you, right? So we have to make sure every time we talk to our higher self, this code is coming. So that's what we are now going to learn, how to get that code.
After you have cleared your aura of any uninvited influences and have settled down into your heart and love, think this: My dear higher self, name of the higher self, please give me your signal now.
Yes. So just like you asked for the name in the last week, this time you are going to ask for their signal, signal of your higher self. Yeah, please go
Wait
ahead.
for, wait for some physical signal that is obvious. It can be a movement of the head or of the entire upper body or of the fingers, arm, or leg. Therefore, it is important to be sitting so that the entire body is free to move. It might even be a movement you are used to, such as fluttering eyelids, or it could be a sensation someplace, like a gentle caress or heat or tingling, or it could be a vision, either a clear picture or simply light, or it could be something you hear. There are only two certainties: the signal will be pleasant, and the signal must be given to you when you ask for it.
Correct. So now what to expect? What kind of a signal you can expect? All possibilities he has explained. So if it is a bodily movement, for that's why at the time when you ask for the signal, make sure that you are sitting so that your upper body is free to move. If in case the signal happens to be movement of the body, then your body should be able to freely give you that signal. So sitting is important when you ask for this. And otherwise, it could be some kind of sensation or movement of the eye, fluttering of the eyelids could be one of the things. Some sensation like itching in some part of the body, feeling the heat, or some kind of vibration in some part of the body, some kind of vision. You could get a light or some kind of vision, or you could hear some inner voice, anything of that nature, like any kind of symptom that you receive could become your signal. Now, what is important? Here he says two things are certain about all signals. One thing is that it should be pleasant, it should not be hurting you or unpleasant to you. It should be pleasant, that's criteria number one. The second criteria is it must be given to you when you ask for it. So if you ask and you are not receiving any signal, that means you are not communicating with your higher self yet. So clean your aura once again and then ask the question again till you reach this stage that where as soon as you ask the question, you receive a signal. So these two conditions are important. When you ask, you should receive a signal, and the signal should be a pleasant feeling, not an unpleasant experience. These are two criteria. And then beyond that, the signal can be anything, any bodily movement, sensation, vision, inner hearing, anything.
That
Okay.
signal is very important. It is your signal that you are unified with your higher self and that you are actually communicating with the higher self and not with an uninvited influence.
Yes. So this signal we will use in every practice in future. Anytime you sit down to do any of the practices in the next upcoming weeks, first thing we have to ensure that we are connected with our higher self. And that connection we will ensure through this signal every time. So for every exercise in future, this will be necessary for us. So practicing this during this week, every day practicing and receiving consistently the same signal is very critical. So you need to do that practice. Yeah.
Devote your quiet times this week to discovering the signal and then simply enjoying the experience of love along with the signal. Feel comfortable with the signal and notice how it comes quite easily once you are settled into quietness.
Yeah. So experience of the signal is going to be pleasant. So what he's saying is that throughout this week, ask for the signal and then enjoy that pleasant experience. Just enjoy it, right? And soon you will understand and realize how easily it comes. Comes very easily as soon as you become quiet though. So becoming quiet is very important. So that's why initial practice has to be during the quiet periods. Later on, once you get used to the signal, when you know what it is, then you can ask for the signal anywhere, anytime, right? But right now, because you are going to create the signal or learn it for the first time, you will have to do it during quiet periods. Mm.
This week, when you go to bed, practice the words to clear your aura of uninvited influences. Then, 3 of the nights this week, unify yourself with God. That is, think of whatever qualities of God come to you and give yourself those qualities as well. God is love, and so am I love, because I am made in His image, etc.
Yes. So now bedtime practice he is describing. For this week, we will do bedtime practices of week one. So this practice as he has described here is our week one practice that we did. So week one practice at the bedtime for 3 of the nights we have to do. First 3 nights, like today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, you will do week one practice that we learned in first week, right? And then next, please read the next one.
The balance of the 4 nights, continue the exercise of last week. Give a few words of thanks to your higher self for its guidance and love. Then transmit your love energy to whomsoever you choose.
Yeah. So this is our second thing. This for 4 of the nights, this is our last week's practice, which he has described here. Last week, all of you should have been doing this practice. Practice of what? At your bedtime, once you are quiet, you are in your heart space. Then you thank your higher self for the guidance and the love. And then with that gratitude feeling, you transmit your love energy to whomever you choose at that time. Whoever comes to your mind, you just send love to all of them, right? So sending love was a practice we learned last week. Sending love, feeling gratitude to the higher self, right? These two things we did at bedtime during last week. So that practice we continue for 4 of the nights. Yes,
During the day this week, you can continue to send love to anyone or anything whenever it occurs to you. This is a practice you want to develop, for as you give, so shall you receive. Give love out in your thoughts. Don't be surprised when it comes back to you in the least expected way.
correct. So during the day also, whenever you get remember this thought, just continue the practice of sending love to somebody, some person, place, plant, animal, pet, anything. Just develop this habit of sending love. Anytime you think about it, send love. Anytime think about it, send love. So this practice we have to develop. So what he's saying is throughout the day during the week, whenever you remember, just practice sending love. Sending love is a very important practice. By sending love, we start experiencing that same very love that we are sending returns back multifold back to us. So he's now asking us to do that experiment and learn through our own experience how sending love can bring love back to us. That's the practice. This is a very powerful practice. You, some of you probably already have started feeling it, and because since last week during the night time we are sending the love, right? We are learning to send love, and the more you practice it during the daytime also, you will begin to see that at your workplace, wherever you go, you meet people in your social environment. With this practice, you will see more and more people will come back to you with beautiful, loving behavior. That's how you start receiving love back. There will be small instances where you will experience, oh wow, I didn't expect this to happen. How beautifully I am being treated here, how respectfully I am being treated here, how loving this person is. You will begin to feel the love coming from all corners just by being in that state of sending love, right? Sending love is basically an activity that is energizing your inner self-love activity. When you keep remembering about sending love, that means you are remembering to be in love. That is the practice we are developing during this week. So yeah, this is the end of this chapter. Reading is over now for now. If you have any question, anyone wants to ask any question about this chapter, you can raise your hand and ask.
Shailesh, I have one question.
Yeah.
For closing aura, we can do any time
Mm.
during the day or night. But
Yes.
cleaning the aura, it is mentioned that it should be done in the quiet time.
Initially, during this week only during this week. Yeah. It is basically why, because clearing the aura, you will now have to read from somewhere, right? There is some amount of effort required. Secondly, you have to be focused on that when you are doing it initially, right?
Okay.
So say for example, if you are in the kitchen doing some work and you want to do the clearing of the aura, at that time you will sort of not be attentive, right? Your mind is somewhere else, you are trying to do this. uh, that is not an appropriate thing initially, right?
Okay.
Once you have developed it, then I can do it actually during my sleep also. I can do now, so much practice I have, right? So say for example, once you have good practice, you let's say you have a nightmare, all of a sudden you wake up from a nightmare, you just do this clearing of the aura right away, lying in the bed, right? This is how this practice will be used in future.
Okay.
Anytime you are feeling any kind of discomfort, just do this. I was hospitalized in the last 3 4 months. I was in the hospital several times, and I use this always. I was using this constantly. It works like wonder, absolutely wonder. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. Yeah, Sheelamji, you can ask. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. What I
Okay.
wanted to know, sir, in this he says, devote your no. This week, when you go to bed, practice the words to clear your aura of uninvited influences. Then,
Hmm.
3 of the nights this week, unify yourself with God. That means all through the week, we have to practice this clearing of the aura.
Hmm.
And then the first 3 nights, we unify with God. Then the
Hmm.
4 nights, we are sending love. But the
Yes, yes,
practice will start clearing the aura.
absolutely. Yes, you got it right. Perfect. Yes, very nice. Thank you for clarifying this thing. Very good. Excellent.
That's I
Yes,
just wanted to clear.
yes, yes. Very good. Excellent. Yeah. So that part is common for all 7 days. You always start the practice with the closing the aura, clearing the aura, and then 3 nights you do week 1 practice, 4 nights you do week 2 practice. Right?
Okay,
Perfect.
sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Any more question? Okay. Sheelamji, if you don't have question, I will ask someone else. You can think of another
Yeah,
question
yeah.
if you want. Yeah,
No, I finished, sir. Thank you so much.
finished. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, Rajniji, you can ask.
Namaste, sir. As you know, I've already started my practice from the
Hmm.
Hindi session. So
Yeah.
the last sentence of the chapter is saying that you get unexpected love, you get love from unexpected ways. And
Hmm.
yesterday, I have personally experienced this feeling. I was just
Hmm.
sitting at home, doing my regular work, and suddenly one of my mom's friend called me and said, "Let's go to temple." And
Hmm.
suddenly out of nowhere, she called me, and I went. Also, God is calling me कि जाओ भगवान के दर्शन कर लो तुम.
Yeah.
And in Mumbai, local trains are full of rush during the
Hmm.
peak hours. There also I receive completely like miraculously I'm getting seats and people are showering love upon me.
Hmm.
I could experience that love. Like we cannot say in words, but actually I could feel the positive vibes of people and the energy around me was positive. So all over it was
Beautiful.
a very already started experiencing this love from unexpected ways. So thank you for
Hmm.
that. I don't know how to
Perfect.
explain, but
Very
it's a
good.
very beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. And you should continue to keep giving love also, right? In that, say, for example, when
Yeah.
you are in the train also, just keep sending
Hmm.
love to everyone around you, sending love everyone. So this is actually your own feeling, right? You continue to feel the love. You will be
Yeah.
in a state of love, right? So it is being in
Yeah.
state of love is just like that a rose flower in blossom in bloom, right? The flower is in full bloom in all its beauty and fragrance, just standing there in the middle of that bunch of people there in the train, and everybody
Yeah.
is enjoying the beauty and fragrance of that flower, not saying anything but feeling so good, right? That's what
Yeah.
happens to you when you become that love, right? When you become that
Yeah.
flower, when you become fragrant, when you become that beautiful, then everybody around you feels that pleasure, that enjoyment, that bliss. This is exactly the experience that we are aiming for. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Excellent. Okay, Hemlata ji, you can unmute.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, I need to know again about cleaning the aura, sir.
Hmm,
I
hmm,
didn't
hmm.
understand that.
So clearing the aura is the step 2. So first step is closing the aura. Second step is clearing the aura, right? Clearing or cleaning, whatever we want to call it. It is more of removing the noise from your energy field in your aura. You understand aura, right, Hemaji? You understand what aura is? You are muted again.
No, sir. No. Hello.
No. Yeah, you don't understand. Okay. Aura is what
Uh,
we as a physical body you and I have. We have this physical body, but around our physical body we also have a big field of energy. Each one of us has it. There's a big field of energy which grows and contracts depending on our state. If you are happy, your aura will be very big, very round, very healthy. But if you are sad and in pain, your aura will shrink, right? So the aura, think of your aura is like egg-shaped field around your body. And when it is expanded, it can go up to 30 feet. 30 feet means like as big as your house, for example. That big your aura can be. So your aura can be reaching the walls of your house, which means what? Everybody in your house will be inside your aura when you are happy. And so if they are happy, when they are in a happy aura, they will also feel happiness. You can think of it also like this. When you meet somebody you haven't known, for the first time you're meeting somebody, you will have an inner feeling, well, I don't want to talk to this person. You are not liking the person. You haven't known the person, you haven't ever met the person, but you don't want to meet the person. Why? Because your aura and their aura has already contacted each other, and that is not matching. That's why you are getting this feeling inside, I don't want to talk to this person. This is exactly what happens. So our aura is a very important, I would say, part of our body. It does a lot of functions without us knowing about it. But your higher self is catching those signals. You may not be catching, but your higher self is catching those signals all the time. Okay? So clearing the aura is that process. When your aura is not in a happy mode, it probably is shrinking or it is full of noise. Then you have to make it healthy. How do you make healthy? By removing all that is not needed there. Uninvited influences. So that's why we call them uninvited, means you don't want them. You have not invited them, but they have just come. Just like supposing 10 people arrive in your house without telling you and say, well, we want to have lunch with you. You know, they are uninvited guests, right? And you are all of a sudden, you are not happy. Same thing happens with these uninvited influences. They come into our energy field. Why they come? Because they don't know what they are doing. They are lost. They are completely lost things. So we have been taught now there are 6 sentences, 5 and 1, 6 sentences that we say one after the other. And when we say that, they go away from our aura. They leave our aura. And our higher self takes care of them. This is exactly what is written in those 6 sentences. So read the chapter. When you read, you will be able to read those 6 sentences, right? Sentence number 1 is you greet them by saying, I send love and light to you. Sentence number 2 is that you say each of you is whole and healthy, right? Then we say each one of you is made in love and you are still love. Then we say you don't feel pain and you are not afraid anymore. And then 5th sentence we say for each one of you there is an ideal place to go, and I ask my higher self to take you to that space. And the last sentence is each of you go peacefully. These 6 sentences, when you say, by saying, you are actually commanding the universe to act. So all these uninvited influences will leave and your higher self will put them wherever they are supposed to go. And also remember, this happens instantaneously. As soon as you finish the sentences, that is done. Is that clear now? Hemlata ji? I don't
Yes,
see
sir.
her.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Really,
good.
very much.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I want to ask, is this aura which develops with our meditation? Is sort of, or
No,
it's
this
always there for everybody?
it is there for everybody. It's a normal, natural phenomenon. This is our
Uh,
energy body. It's our energy body that is not visible to the eye, but it exists.
but with meditation or trying to go into higher this thing understanding, does the aura become more brighter,
The aura becomes cleaner.
cleaner?
With
Oh,
meditation, what we are doing is we are healing the aura. In meditation, you
mm,
release the blocks, right? When you release the blocks, you are actually healing the aura also. You are in meditation, we don't only heal just the aura and the body, we also heal our all 7 bodies. We have 7 bodies,
yes, 7 monkeys.
right? So we heal each one of them in meditation. All of that happens simultaneously in meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, no, I'm asking because of the cleaning of the aura. Because we say,
Yeah.
no, some of the uh, people who have achieved higher, you can see that aura around the head. Isn't it? That is the aura, no? It's a sort of a bright thing when,
Yes.
or if,
That that is also their the aura, but their aura becomes so bright that some people are able to see it,
mm-hmm.
right? But what you are referring to is, I'm not sure if you have physically seen somebody like that. I have never seen anybody like that.
No, pictures with that sort of
Yeah, it's only
being.
pictures. So pictures are
Yeah.
it's a representation. It's
Mm,
only a depiction of a thought.
mm,
Somebody had this thought that my Guruji looks so bright to me, so he made
mm.
an aura around the head.
Okay.
But actually, the aura, our actual aura is all around the body, not just the head.
Most of the time, Buddha's picture and all is
Yeah,
painted
it's
like showing the aura around that. And one thing really to answer today, there was a friend of my daughter, and somehow, as you rightly said, I just didn't feel comfortable in his presence. So I used to
yes,
sort of, she used to get angry. What is your grudge against him? What has he done? I said, he has not done, but I'm not comfortable. It may be something my past birth, which is, you know, keeping me away. I don't feel comfortable. So
that's
she
okay.
could not accept it. But today it was so clear that
Yeah,
our aura was not clicking, and I just didn't feel comfortable whenever he came. Thank you so
absolutely.
much. It
Yes,
is
yeah,
thank,
correct.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah, good. Thank you. All right. There is a question, Preeti, here from Asit Nayak ji. Learn to send love to another person or thing, then how would we receive those loving and blessing from outside if we are closing our aura to all outside uninvited influences? So Asit ji is asking, when we close our aura, how are we going to receive the because we have now closed or it for uninvited influences. But receiving love doesn't require our aura. Love is in the heart space. It is beyond the body. So you will feel the love. I mean, nothing can stop that because that's your fundamental existence. Your own fundamental also is love. So we do that. Um, Closing the aura is almost, it's not literally closing, it's kind of filtering. You have created a filter that I will allow only inputs from my higher self and from nobody else. That's the meaning of closing the aura. It's more like a filter. But as far as receiving love is concerned, your heart is always open to receive love. It will never close because that's our fundamental existence. That's how we are, who we are. We are just love. So don't ever be worried. You will go through the experience yourself only, and you will know. Yes, Rajniji, you want to ask something?
Oh, yes, sir. Sir, actually, I had a doubt.
Yeah.
We are cleaning the negative, sorry, we are cleaning the uninvited influences from our aura. But, sir, if there is uninvited influence in our home, can we do the same ritual, imagining our home also? Can we do that?
Yeah, we will be learning to do that later on in one of the chapters. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
We will be learning to do that. But clearing the aura, when you clear your aura, think of it like this. Your aura extends to 30 feet. So it
Okay.
covers your house
Achha.
also. It covers your house.
Oh,
Imagine like 30 feet on this side, 30 feet on that side, all around you 30 feet in a sphere. Think of that. It will cover your
hmm.
house easily.
Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
So also we have one more step. After clearing the aura, we send love, right? So it is just extending that field of love and peace.
Yes. Thank you. All right. So we've done question answers already. Now we should do the meditation, right? Let's go through the exercise for today. The practice of this chapter. Preeti ji will take us through the practice with meditation. Okay.
Thank you, Geeta ji, for beautiful reading today and a beautiful explanation of the chapter. And with queries, we are all clear, no doubt. As we will read and go through the session again, we might have any questions. So please feel free to ask them and get it sorted. Any doubt, it's not good to be in doubt and practice. It's better always to ask. There's no silly question, even if we don't understand aura or any, that fear with uninvited influences. Will It is the most beautiful and powerful takeaway from the chapter, from the book itself, from entire unified book. We will be needing it more and more, and it is how much important we will realize the day we will start experiencing our own self, our higher self. So any moment, whenever there is an uninvited influences and we are not in that beautiful state of love and peace, we will get to know. And at that time we do cleaning, and especially when we go out in the mall, there's so much. And once we start clearing our aura, even while walking, anywhere, we start lightening the energies all around us. So it's a big task we all have the opportunity to do. It's a free charity that with the power of word, with power of thoughts, we can influence the whole universe, and it ultimately helps us to be who we are. That's the first line of this book, that you are more beautiful than the flower in the heaven. And we cannot perceive our own beauty, and that start becoming our own experience. So enjoy this and let us dedicate ourselves for all 7 days of practice with the safeguards. So let us go into the practice. Sit comfortably. Anybody who would like to take some water, please sip some water. We have already got a lot of energies while reading the chapter. So just breathe in, breathe out, relax, and then make yourself comfortable. If you want to make your room dark, turn off the lights. Make the space peaceful. Turn off your phone. Take off your glasses. Relax. Feel your body. Feel yourself. Now just cross your legs. Clasp both the hands, all 10 fingers into fingers. Hands in your lap. Gently close your eyes. Spine erect, but no need to be stiff. Just feel the balance. and the ease we are in now. Feel entire body, top to bottom. Inhale deeply and exhale. With every exhalation, feel more relaxed. Feel the emptiness. Let go of any worries, any doubts, any fear. We are always guided. We are always safe and protected. We are in this body, are here to experience this human life on planet Earth of beauty. My God, this is so beautiful. Just see the whole entire planet in front of you that attracted us to be here, to experience life with the beauty of relationship. The beauty of colors, the passion in life to do things. It is all to achieve God. We often seek to know the purpose of life, but here in this moment, if we just see ourselves openly, why we chose to come here, we will realize our purpose. What we call unfair, wrong, doesn't affect us. We know it's the part of the drama. And it ends up only in love. The story always has a happy ending. There's no failures ever in life. Feel the beauty of life, that is God. Feel the courage we had because the trust we had on God. And we came here. This feeling directly takes us in our heart space. We truly know our power within. We know the power of love. Love that doesn't interfere others, or controls others. Love is to just express, to enjoy the beauty. To be free. And in our heart space, we are all free, flying high with the unseen wings. Enjoying the serenity, the beauty all around. What actually made me feel disgusting or disappointed was an illusion of the mind. As I start trusting my heart, my mind perceives the beauty of life and trust the power of love. My judgmental mind or confused mind, doubtful mind becomes an incredible mind, higher mind. Wise enough to not get entrapped with what is seen in ignorance. When we truly know, experience that we are made in the image of God, and He gave us all His qualities. Each one of us have these qualities. God is love, and so I am love. Claim it, make it yours. In your own words, with your own feelings. Of that infinite love that we are feeling difficult to contain in our heart. It is so much. And so the love starts oozing from our personality self, from this body, from the center of the heart, piercing the whole body and then radiating out all around to everything. Feel the fountain of love and light filling up the body and the energy field all around us. As if we are much more radiant, we are much more glowing than the sun. And that sun is covered with matter. The 5 elements. We are so bright. Even after covering with these 5 elements, we cannot hide our light. God is light, and so I am light, brighter than the sun. And we are radiating light, emanating light from the center of our being, our heart. In the entire universe, we see stars far in the sky twinkling. And we feel that we are less than that. It's again an illusion. We have been underestimating ourselves. But see the courage we had, we came here knowing that there will be darkness. As we go inside the minds, to find gold or to find coals or the refineries. We get some of the soil, the mud. All over our body. That black stain doesn't take away our beauty, our radiance. Let us appreciate our life. We have had any struggle, in the darkness. Was needed, was important, was beautiful. So that we could seek for the beauty of God. So that we could trust our heart to find that space. So that we can deny the darkness as our own identity. If it feels too much, breathe in long, deep, and make yourself home in the heart space. God is abundance. All the nature's forces are of God. And all the abundance of God is ours. We are not the owners of it. But as we are sovereign, we have all the God qualities as a heritage we have inherited. Are there for us. And we feel the joy of God is ours. That happiness, that bliss in which the whole universe dances. All the planets are in motion. The solar system, galaxies itself is moving, is dancing in perfect balance, in its natural state of creation, regeneration. And it's all perfect, just the way it is. Because God is perfect. So all of His creation is perfect. And I am perfect, whole and complete. We try to control things by doing to achieve something. But when we come in balance and trust with all the qualities of God, is within us. The power of love starts to direct our life, guide our life. Each and every day we set an intention to be powerfully loving. Loving that things as it is. Letting the life settle as it is. Each person, everybody, all situation, accept it as it is. This leads us to immense peace. We have been seeking for. God is peace, and so I am peace. That is where everything comes in harmony. Life is perfect. Breathe in, breathe out, feeling your heart space in awareness. Let the thoughts come and go, the visions of the life. All those moments where we were shattered. We are never too late, no rush. We were never wrong. Only there were some influences. My own fears. I was influenced, not seeing my true identity. Now I know them. So I claim my light. I create a shield around me. I close my aura to all except my higher self. Please reaffirm. I close my aura to all except my higher self. In this huge auric field, our energy field, which is bright open, there could be some influences finding their home. might be feeding us with some doubts, mistrust, fears. Let's guide them. Let's guide them to be home. From loving heart, very lovingly, let us reaffirm as I say. Repeat within. To all uninvited influences in my aura, feel all around your body. Feel them. To all uninvited influences in my aura, I send you love and light. You each are whole and healed. You each are created in love and light. And you are still love and light. No need to be fearful. Don't be afraid. You feel no pain now. I know a perfect place for each one of you to go. Each one of you. Feel them lovingly. I request my higher self to take you there now. I know a perfect place for each one of you to go. I request my higher self to take you there now. Each of you go in peace. Let them go. Do not hold onto them. They are safe. They are guided. And we are too. In our own space, with all the God qualities. God is love, so I am love. Feel this love permeating in all of the body, every cell, every tissue, all the joints, the muscles. Let us now ask our higher self for its signal. My dear higher self, you can take the name of your higher self. Please give me your signal now. You may repeat, my beautiful higher self. Take name. Please give me my signal now. Any sensation in the body could be the signal from our higher self. Just be aware and watch them, leaving the body loose. You are not too conscious about it. It will just come genuinely as we ask. Do not resist any bodily movement. Do not feel stiff. Just relax and ask for the signal again. My beautiful higher self, please give me your signal. We are open to receive. Let us thank our higher self for the love and guidance, the signal, the name we received. as we are operating from our heart. All our thoughts, words, and actions are expression of our love, God's love. And we choose to be love, to radiate love. Send love to whosoever is coming in your mind. I am love, and I send love. Take the name of the person, of any situation. Any idea that we receive is revolutionary, changing lives significantly, is from higher self. She's been there with us. It has no gender, but still, the love is so motherly. I call it she. When we start seeing light in ourselves, we start seeing in everybody. Let us send love to Mother Earth and each life forms having experiences here. Are also love and light. We cannot punish anybody for their ignorance, for things that they don't know, or things of not their interest. We can just be loving at all times, in any situation. With anybody. We just need to have this intention and trust and knowingness that we are made in the image of God, and we have all His qualities. Everything in this nature, everybody is made in the image of God, and each of them has these God qualities. Let us express ourselves naturally so that we could know who we are. No need to polish, hide, mask to get approvals for our divinity. There is no difference. Everybody, each one of us are made in the image of God. I see it in every eyes and I trust it. And I am enough. I have all the tools. I have everything to live this life in abundance, happiness, joy, love, peace, heaven on earth. I set myself free from any complaints I might ever had. Now I know I am one with the Creator. To create heaven on earth. Let us thank our higher self for its guidance. And let us thank Babaji for this powerful tool and the responsibility each one of us have got today. Because we all deserve it. Thank you, Babaji, for your love and guidance. Last 1 minute. Come back. Feel this body. Take a slow, long, deep breath in and out, energizing each and every cell. Realigning each and every thought. From emotions to our true self feelings. Last 30 seconds. Come to the awareness of the body, hands and leg, the seat, the space we are sitting in. With a beautiful heart filled with love and gratitude and experience of being present everywhere, of knowing everything, filled with trust in life, feeling the support we all have every moment. Last 10 seconds. Slowly, gently open both the palms and put it over your closed eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And slowly, gently open your eyes, blinking a few times and sip some water. Just enjoy this feeling. Trust this feeling. When we go out in the world of minds, we might get influenced again. So now we have the tool to be in our space, to feel our true self, who is not disguised, who is not detached from any of the God qualities. So welcome back and thank you so much for your presence today and a wonderful journey together. Thank you. Over to you, Shaileshi.
Thank you. Thank you. Take your time, masters. This was a very, very deep meditation. Take your time. And if you want to continue meditating, you could still continue if you want to. Otherwise, come out, and if you still have anything to ask or share, you can do that. Otherwise, we'll bring the session to a close for today. Please practice as you have now experienced through this meditation about the whole practice that we have to do. Continue to practice. Those who are starting today, you need to continue practicing for 7 days, and those who are continuing from the Hindi session, they still have 4 more days. So keep doing the practice, please. And I still want to remind, reading the chapter is very, very important. You have to read the chapter. Everything is written there also. And we are definitely there to answer your questions. Yes, Himlataji, please ask a question. You can unmute.
Yeah, Masterji, I had a very good experience. Really very happy for that. And I want to know, every time we ask for a signal during every meditation, whether the signals will be same every time, or it gonna change, or I just wanted to.
Yeah, so like your password, you don't change every day, right?
Yeah.
You have to come to one stable signal. So practice today when you do, you are getting something, tomorrow something different. That means none of them is your signal, right? So consistent signal you need to get, and the 2 preconditions. One is that it should come immediately when you ask. And the second thing is it should be a pleasant experience. You should feel good.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for reminding, Nehaji. There is one very important announcement. I should have done that in the beginning when all the participants were there. Very important announcement that I want to make to all of you. We have been told that some participants have been receiving phone calls for donations. And please be assured that no member from Unified team will ever call you for any purposes except for when you order the book. We don't ever call you. So if you are receiving a phone call, especially asking for money, be alarmed. That's not us. Our team will never call you unless you have ordered the book. Only to process the book order is when we will call you. So if you receive any calls from anyone for money, be warned that it's not us. Second thing, last year this happened that somebody copied the picture from the profile of Preeti ji, and using that picture they called people asking for help. And please don't just go by the picture. If somebody is calling, you see one of our pictures there, don't just flow with that, because the moment somebody talks for money or helping with money, stop the call right there. It won't be us. So I want to make sure that you understand that we will never call you. Only in case when you have ordered a book, which means you already know and you should expect a call, that's when we will be calling. All right. The other thing, important thing I want to tell all the participants is that all the admins in our team are always there to help you guys all the time. But please do not call them directly. If you want to talk to someone, please send a message. Don't just pick up the phone and call somebody, because we are all spread out all over the globe in different time zones. So when you are calling, somebody may be sleeping. So make sure that you send a message, set up a time before you make a call. Please don't just pick up the phone and call. Some of our team members have been receiving phone calls at very odd times. which is not comfortable for us. We certainly want to serve you. We want to service you. Most of the help we can provide through your group chat. In the group chat, you can put your questions, and we will be very happy to help you. So these were two very important announcements that I wanted to make. So for people who are listening to this on YouTube later on, please remember these two important things. Thank you, Nehaji, for reminding. Okay, masters, thank you so much. If there is no more question, we will meet tomorrow again and continue tomorrow in the same way as we did in the past 2 weeks. We will do the practice through meditation, and also if you have questions, we will answer your questions tomorrow. Thank you for being part of this session. Thank you for taking responsibility for your own spiritual development. Thank you.